mistakes I noted.
Sorry, I forgot to hit record earlier.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Okay, continue. We're gonna also go through the SEO issues and common mistakes I've seen businesses do. I'm gonna show you and walk you through some SEO tools, and then finally we're gonna have the take-home SEO checklist, which is basically a summary of everything we've done. And you can just take this checklist and go through your website and fix those items, and you're good to go as a start. Like you've got the basics covered. So what is SEO and why is it important? Why are we talking about it? Why do we need this, right? So basically SEO stands for search engine optimization. And when we say search engine, we don't only mean Google. Like there's Google, there's Bing, there's DuckDuckGo, there's like a bunch of others. The one that's the most important, the most dominant with a lot of, most popular where people are using all the time is Google, obviously. So we're going to be referring to Google, but whatever we say also applies to other search engines. Basically, you can say SEO is a set of guidelines and practices and things you need to do to your website in order to rank higher in the search results. You want to rank on the first page and as high and as advanced as possible, because this will get you as more traffic and more clicks and more sales, right? That's to sum it up. What's SEO and why is it important? So for example, if you're searching for a white crossbody bag or whatever product you're searching for, you have 4 ads or a bunch of ads would appear. And then where you see down there in the box at the bottom, this is the beginning of what we call organic results. These are unpaid for, right? You don't need to pay to be on the first page. You can, if you optimize your website well, you appear here. So you're basically getting a higher chance of getting traffic and getting clicks and getting sales just by doing, following the guidelines and doing the few tips. Some, like, there's definitely more to that, but if you apply some of those tips, you'll have a better chance of coming and appearing, as high as possible on search engines. I would also like to highlight that if you look at any e-commerce giant like Amazon or eBay or Walmart or any or Best Buy or whatever any big e-commerce website, at least half of the traffic at least comes from organic results. Not like they do pay for ads, but they still depend heavily on organic results because they're free, right? You don't get to pay a lot, and people are more willing to click on the organic results more than to click on ads, right? So this is like a formal definition in case you wanna, like, you're interested in that. Basically, it's the art and science of getting pages to rank higher in search engines such as Google, because search engine is one of the main ways in which people discover content online, rank higher, and can lead to increased traffic to a website. So SEO also targets unpaid traffic rather than direct traffic or paid traffic. So SEO is about getting clicks from search engines without paying for them, paying for ads. Also, just to know, direct traffic means when people know your website already and they, just type it in the, you type the URL and just go to it. Like if you want to go to Amazon. So, and direct traffic is basically if you have a strong brand and people know about you. But most of the time, if you're a small business or a new business, you don't have that. So, the targeting and working on your SEO is very important for your website. Okay, so what are those practices? Guys, and please stop me if I'm too quick or if I say something that you feel like you want to ask, or, just stop me. Just jump in. So basically, SEO is divided into 3 things. Technical items that you need to fix on your website or have your website work according to those technical guidelines. On page, which is basically the content and the text the user gets to read. And it also includes the images, whatever you have on the page. Like, and we're going to go through all of these, no worries. And then the off page is basically how popular your website is on the internet. And sort of, yep. So, and the third part is, as I said, off page, which is how popular you are on the internet. And one way to look at this is how many times other websites are linking back to you or mentioning your website. So before we jump in, I just wanted to make sure that people because what I've seen is a lot of small businesses do not realize the value of SEO. Like, why would we like they want to pay in ads but not in SEO, or they don't feel the value of investing in SEO. There's one thing I want to highlight is that when you pay for ads, you sort of get results right away, right? Like you do put your ads out there on Google or on Facebook or whatever, and you start getting clicks and you start getting customers. But what happens when you stop? Once you stop paying for the ads, all of this sort of disappears, right? With SEO, it doesn't work like that. SEO is medium to long-term strategy. So you don't get results right away. Like it may take 3 to 6 months actually to see results, but the results are accumulating. They don't go away. Like you do work today and then you do work tomorrow, it adds up. Like, so your traffic will keep increasing, right? Unlike, as I said, unlike paid ads, once you stop them, it's over. And that's why a lot of businesses, a lot of great big businesses in e-commerce websites like Amazon like they have entire teams just dedicated to SEO, because they know that whatever effort they put today, it will pay off more and more and more, every single day. So basically, SEO is the largest channel, largest marketing channel, digital marketing channel. 50% for most companies, like most big businesses, any big website you go to, at least 50% of the traffic comes from Google and other search engines. 80% of all people, 80% of people who use the search click on organic, they don't click on ads. Every single day, there are billions and billions of people searching for stuff, right, to buy or to read or to learn about whatever you're offering. There's literally many, many, many people searching for that every day. And they're more willing to click on the organic results. And if you're not there, you're missing out big, right? And as I said, investment SEO deliver long-term equity and traffic. It's not about right now. And this is why some people don't find it as attractive as paid ads. But as I said, SEO is the most cost-effective channel. Yep. And while, again, you can get customers, you can get sales from paid ads, but the majority of traffic online to websites, the majority of where people find out about websites comes from search engines. And I know some people are from US, so only 2.8% of people click on paid advertisements. So once you rank in search engines, if you rank on the first page, people perceive your website differently. They give it more credibility, and they can trust it more, and therefore they click and they can buy. And again, as I said, SEO is also one of the only online marketing channels that, when you set up correctly, it can continue to pay dividends over time. Any questions? I feel that was fast. No? Okay. One more thing. Someone want to ask something?
I just have a question, sir. Are we going to have this deck after the session? Because are we going to have access to this deck?
Yep.
Okay, great. This is really wonderful. Thank you.
You're welcome. So as I said, I have a small business as myself, and it's more of a hobby. So I don't give it like I do when I have time. It's a bit weird, I know, but anyways, I know what it means to have a small business. Sometimes it's a one-man show. You do everything, and people tend to not dedicate enough time to marketing as enough time to on the business itself, like creating the product, if they're doing a product, and delivering it, or like the dynamics of the business takes up most of the time compared to marketing, whatever your business is. And I think you need to rethink that a bit. You need to dedicate time to marketing your business, because what's the point of having the best products or whatever, like what best service, but you are not you're not growing, you're not reaching customers, no one knows about you. Yeah, and some people, they sort of postpone that, and I'll do SEO later, it's not important right now, it's a medium to long-term strategy. The problem is that you're gonna come to, like, what I've seen is that businesses come to the realization that they need SEO at some point. Like you're gonna realize that at some point that you should have done it earlier. You should have done it from the start. So what I want to say is that it's better that you start now, because the sooner you start, the earlier you start getting results. Also, consistency is key. So what happens that I've also seen people start working on their SEO for like 2 3 days, 2 3 weeks, and then they sort of get bored. They stop, and then no, like that's it. But the thing is, if you dedicate like a couple of hours, literally a couple of hours per week for your SEO on a consistent basis, right? You'll start seeing results. So no one can give you an actual, um, exact number or when you exactly start seeing results, but we know it's on average between 3 to 6 months. But sometimes it's really fast. Sometimes in like 6 weeks you start seeing results, and I've seen that, and it's really awesome. Like you're selling something and you're really new, and you start seeing people coming to your website and placing orders, and this is like increasing step by step. Like once you start and you start ranking, you get one customer today, maybe 2 weeks, and then get 5 customers, and as I said, it starts to accumulate and starts to increase over time. Also, if you start doing SEO, keep in mind that not a lot of small local businesses invest in SEO. So you have an advantage over that, like over them, because not a lot of people know about SEO or care about it or invest time. So you're having some advantage over your local competitors. And SEO is a mid to long-term strategy, so obviously it needs patience. And I'm gonna go to the next slide. Any questions? Okay.
I have a question.
Yep.
When you say small business, I know that that's like it it can mean a lot of different things. So like I've been in business for officially like going on 2.5 years, but I did a lot of research and development the 4 years prior. And so does it matter, like would SEO benefit like a small business like my business that is, not making $500,000 or $1 million a year of income?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it can take you there though, right? But yeah, definitely it is. It's suitable for like even small. There is actually a area of SEO called local SEO, like for local businesses. So that's definitely something you definitely should consider. And
Okay.
if you're willing to, even if you're willing to grow your business SEO, like even outside of your local area, because I know you sell, if I recall correctly, it's like sort of cosmetics, right?
Yes, body care, self-care.
Yeah, so SEO is your way to sort of expand outside of just your local area. Like if you want to, like, so a business, for a start, if you any business would, it's better to start dominating a small area and then you start growing from there, right? So it's not definitely local, but you can actually reach other people in other places outside your city, maybe in the states wide, or even US. So you're gonna start somewhere, but SEO can take you to grow to that. But answering your question, yes, it is suitable for small businesses, and I've done a lot of that to many small businesses.
Okay, because I feel like at the stage of where I am with my business, this SEO is really important. I have a wonderful product. I actually have customers, but I have not tapped into the, like reaching out, the outreach
Yep.
for gaining customers. I have not done that yet. So I'm looking forward to executing this.
That sounds good. And one thing is that on search engines, people use Google to look for your products, right? Like, or the services they're looking for. So like think even of yourself, like you go to the search to Google to find something you want to buy. So you're ready to make the purchase, right? And therefore any small business or any business in general would want to meet the user at that point, the point where they want to make the purchase. People on Facebook or on Instagram, or they may make purchases if they see the ads, they may buy, right? But this is what they call pull marketing. You're pulling them. They may or may not, like the potential of them converting and actually buying is much less than what people coming from search engines, because the state of the customer in both places is different. So I see it as good for small business, and actually being a small local business give you an advantage. So if user types, for example, they're looking for a product or a service and they type near me, then you have a very high chance of, even competing against big names. So, yep, definitely it's for everyone.
Thank you.
Yep.
I was also going to ask a question. This might be jumping the gun, but it's just a question that was in my mind.
No, that's okay.
I'm wondering if there are certain features for websites that work well with an SEO strategy. And in other words, if you can get people to the point of visiting your website, maybe are there things that your website should have to actually make that page visit valuable?
Yep.
And I asked just because I saw recently that like a lot of people visited my dad's website a decent amount, but they didn't do anything once they got there. So it's just a question in my mind.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm going to touch that. Don't worry about it.
Thanks. Yep.
So first of all, I need you to the first thing you should do, and then I highly recommend, is installing Google Analytics and Google Search Console. So there's tons of resources online and videos and everything, how to do that, how to install them for your website. I will not walk you through that because there's a lot of different platforms, people using Shopify, WordPress, and so on. So you definitely need to do that, and these will help you understand a lot. Like Google Analytics is all about your customers and what they're doing on your website. So to your question, Frank, Josh, what you see where they're coming from, which city, which pages are most popular for them, which pages they leave, like what is the last page that they sort of drop off the website, and then you can start looking into that page and seeing what's wrong in there. Like if you try to look at it as a customer, maybe there's a missing button. They go there and they don't know where to go. You'll know what content is really popular on your website, and you'll know what your website is doing overall. And if you install these tools, I don't want you to be overwhelmed. They look overwhelming in the beginning, but once you get used to them, they won't. And for Google Search Console, this is about the keywords and how do people find your website on search engines, and it also will give you a lot of great insights. And also, if there's any errors on your website that is preventing Google from accessing your website, you get notified. So it's really important to have this as well. This is like the beginning, right? A second thing is that I wish that everyone sets up their Google My Business page. Make sure it's set up, even if they are only selling online. Like even if you don't have a physical location for people to visit and access, you have a location, obviously, wherever you're based, but even if it's not open to customers, I highly recommend, and once you try to set this up, Google will ask you, is this location open to customers or not? And then you can, sort of tick it. And this is really important because like if someone, as I said, Josh, sorry, in this example, if someone types boxing classes near me, you want to be here. And what we call this is local pack, or the 3-pack. To get there, you need to have a Google My Business. And of course, Google picks not all the listings are going to be shown here, but this is the first step to trying to be here. And also, if someone types your business name, you want to have the map and all the information. So it's really important. Also, like this screenshot here, 3.5K, 1.5K, A3. This is from my own business. These are numbers from my own business from last month, which I'm not even active on. So you can see that how many people viewed my business, how many times I appeared in search, how many time activities took place on my listing. So there's it's really, really useful to have Google My Business set up. And you also get, if you download the app, you get to post photos, right, in regular basis. So when people search, they get to find also your photos of whatever you're selling, or if you're offering boxing classes, or maybe the place, or whatever photos you find suitable. Yep. And it's really important. It's very, very useful because you also get one second. Oh, yeah. We also get to, you can ask your customers to post the reviews there, right? So this is also very important for Google. The reviews that you're going to get there are very important, and they will affect your entire performance as well. So if you can do that, and if you sell to someone, or you can just email them, and there's a link you can also get from your listing, and tell them, can you please leave a review there. So let's do a small exercise. If everyone can search for their product or their service and type the area or near me, like, so what I mean is that, for example, as you see, boxing classes near me, or boxing classes NYC, for example, or Brooklyn, or if you can do that and just have a look at the results and tell me what, if you have any feedback or any comments, or any points.
And Sarah, Josh asked, and Josh, maybe you're about to ask verbally too, but where do you set up Google My Business? It's just on if you Google, like, Google My Business.
Yeah. You can just type create Google My Business account, and then you'll get the link. And it's a very yeah, and it's good. Thank you for asking. When you go to create that, Google has a process for verifying the listing. They will ask for your address, because they're going to send you a physical, like an actual letter with a code. Once you get it, you'll have to enter the code into that listing, right? I know it's like a lengthy process and stuff, but it's really important, and you'll see that a lot of businesses have done that. It's because this process helps you to verify your ownership of that business, and your actual, you're not just any random person can just come and set up something and sort of fraud people. So yep. Does that answer the question?
Oh yeah, it definitely does. And I was just gonna say really quickly, like one immediate observation I made was it seems like somebody who competes with my dad actually did this. So
Yep.
very insightful. I just saw it from searching.
Great. Yeah, that's great. Ash, there's others. I can see everyone. Let me try. Anyone has any other, notice anything, like try your product plus near me, or
Yeah, I did
yeah.
that. And it, I have not signed up for this Google My Business, but my page did come up in the listings, a second one in the listings
See,
below the Google My Business section.
so that's great.
So I want to be in Google My Business, though. I want to be up with the, in the business area, right?
Yep. And I mean, even if you, and if a few of the things we're going to mention in this into today are going to help you even rank more, so that's great.
Okay, great.
Ash, did you check like social media agency or social media services, for example? Okay. Should I move on? Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. So this is the most important thing in SEO. Okay. This part and the coming part, like the few coming slides, are the most important thing in SEO. Keywords. Keywords are basically what the users are typing to find whatever they want. So if we go to Google and we type something like I don't know, Nike shoes, let's type, okay, like let's make it ballet shoes, right? This is the keyword. This is okay. And as you see, Google has this Google suggesting related or other keywords and what other people are searching for. So I'm gonna touch base on that right now. So yep, back. So what you need to do basically is, because I see so many website owners don't do this. You need to, for every single page, you need to know what is the keyword that you are targeting, right? Think of what do you want the user to type in Google, or what do you expect the user to type to Google when they're trying to reach this page, right? Few pages you may not find keywords like your about page, for example. No one was going to search for that. But what is the main keyword of your of your business, right? What is the of every single page? So I'm going to give you an example right now, but let's start with your homepage, for example. I see many people call the homepage just home. This is not going to take you anywhere on Google. Get your homepage or choose any service or any product page on your website and just say, what do you think people should type to come here? Some people, for example, call like their products, they give them names like they don't say what the actual product is. They give the product a name. Like I'm trying to give you an example.
Is it like my I have a product called Body Love, but that doesn't really say what the product is?
Yes, exactly. Can you give me a second? I just need to turn that off. I'm sorry. Sorry for that. Where were we? Yeah. So for example, Body Love. This is not clear for like me. I don't know what the product is, right? Like you know it because you know what that is, but like it's third person or someone who's just searching on Google, they're not gonna type Body Love, right?
Right.
Yeah, so you want to say what this product is. Like, is it a moisturizer? Is it a shampoo? Is it like you want to specify what this and be as specific as possible. Like moisturizer for I don't know, dry or sensitive skin, for example, right? Or shampoo for um, dyed hair, for example, right? So you want to be specific uh, with what the product is, and then if you want to add a name or something, you can just put it like dash and put it between brackets on at the end, right? But you need to have like an exact description of what this product is, like and if I don't understand it as a person, how would Google, a robot, right, like an algorithm, computer program, basically will understand it? It won't. So it won't offer it to users. Like Google will only return the most relevant, the highest quality results to users. So if they're not sure, if it's not sure what this page is about, it's not going to be returned where you want it to be in the search results. So I would say if you like, you can sort of like list all your pages and especially the product pages, the home page, and you sort of, try to come up with a keyword that you think, oh, this is what this page is. Like when I want, what I expect people to type when they're looking for that page, right? You want to match that. So there are tools also that would help you. So we're going to go through this, but just briefly, there are paid tools and there are free tools. I do not recommend that any of you go with the paid tools because if it's only for your own website and you're just beginning with SEO, it's too much to like. The SEO tools are expensive. Like for me as an SEO manager, I use like 5-6 tools and they're really like the cheapest is like, I think $60 a month. So this is one of them, for example, and you can type something like if you type Body Love, I want to show you what happens. So there is volume, right? But what does this word mean for people? How to love your body, how to learn to love your body. It's still a different thing. It's not about a product at all, right? But if you type, for example, shampoo for oily hair, you see like this is the search volume. These are like related variations and questions and all sort of stuff. What you want to do, since we're not going to use paid tools, there are 2 tools that you can try, but they're not going to give you the search volume, the numbers. And generally speaking, I do not recommend that you stress over those numbers because these are all estimates. So from experience, I just feel that because when I do keyword research for a client, they come back and say, Sarah, these keywords, I feel they don't have a lot of volume, and everyone wants to target keywords with like when I say volume, like how often people search for them on Google. So they want to target keywords that are like really popular and really, yeah, sometimes that is the case, but sometimes, you know, tools just return numbers that are not, it's just an estimate. So don't think about numbers right now. Think about just the keyword, right? So if you go to keyword tool, for example, or this one, let's do keyword cheater. So shampoo, for example, then you start. Is everyone following, or I'm going too fast?
I'm following.
Josh and Ashley?
Oh yeah, following sounds good.
Okay. So basically you get, this keyword gives you like all possible, like, you know, what are people searching for, like a lot of variations, and maybe you want to go through this and see what is relevant. It gives you an idea, right? What is relevant to your product. And I just stopped it, but it can go on and on and on, right? And also this one is a really, like, I like this tool so much. You type shampoo, for example, or let's say boxing classes, so it's more relevant, or, you know, different example. Okay, so that can actually give you even ideas of what are people looking for, like, you know, and which states and how much the boxing classes cost. And one thing is good is that, okay, this is the keyword for your main page, and then questions, right? And then you can actually have a frequently asked questions section at the bottom of your page where you answer all of these stuff, right? Or is it, you could just, you know, copy and paste it, like, are boxing classes worth it? Are boxing classes expensive, safe, like whatever you find, of course, relevant to your business. Like if you don't give women classes, for example, then this wouldn't be relevant. So I mean, you're, you know, your business better, so these are just tools to support you. So again, you just go through them, and for every single page, if you can find any questions or any relevant thing that you can talk about on your page, that would be great.
So I have a quick question. So you're saying that these are, so we'll use this tool to, we'll use this tool to know what words, what phrases, what questions our customers are
Related to your yep.
that are related to our product that we can use on our website. So like, for example, if I had a boxing company and it says boxing classes near, no, it says, oh, these are the questions. Let's see.
No,
How
these
would
are
I use this?
Okay, so one way to approach this, to say, okay, I'm gonna create a separate page for each of these, like like you have a boxing classes website, that's the home page. Now I need to create, let's say, and assuming you offer those as well, right? You say, okay, now I'm gonna create a separate page for this keyword as a separate service, right? Like, and I also gonna create this as a page, or let's say, let's give me what's a product of yours. Let's try that as
So,
well.
okay, so let's do what my mist. So let's do my mood mist. That's the name of it. It's called mood mist, and it's lavender and rose. So I don't know, would I type in
So
mood mist?
is it a face mist?
Yes, it's
Okay,
a
face
face
mist.
mist.
Okay, so basically you can type something like face mist spray, like that would be what people are looking for. And you see, they give you
Gotcha.
like, right? You can use that as the keyword on this page, right? Maybe you want to add, you don't need to create a separate page for that. Maybe you want to add face mist with SPF.
Mhm.
Like, 1 second. Just my daughter came in, so I just need to tell her to go somewhere else. Sorry for that.
That's okay.
Yep. So face mist with SPF, that if your face mist has an SPF, then maybe you would include that in the text of the you know, on the page, like mention that somewhere, right?
Mhm.
If it's I don't know, for
What
oily skin.
so So my mist has lavender in it. Would that be something important to
You
put
may want
lavender?
to, you may say actually face mist with lavender. That's something you, because if you have multiple types of face mists, right? Then you
Yes.
can say face mist spray or with lavender, or
Okay.
face mist spray with, whatever other option you have.
Okay.
Great.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And of course, here you can have questions. The way you approach how you're going to deal with these keywords is up to you. Like, you can say, okay, I'm going to write an entire blog post about this. Are face mists good? Right? Or you can say, okay, I'm going to add these as frequently asked questions at the bottom of the product page, right? But if you have the same product, like if you have 3 types of mists, then you'll be like, you're sort of repeating the same thing in every page, right? Like at the bottom. So
Does
I
it
mean,
matter if the page does it matter if that page is actually carrying or showing that product? Should it just be on the product page and homepage?
Can you say that again? I'm not sure I quite understand what you mean.
So, like for the example, you said, a face mist spray with lavender would,
So that would be the title.
That would be the title.
Yep.
Of the page.
Yep. The title of the page. Yep.
Okay. And so if I had 2 mists and there are 2 different types of mists, would they go on one page or would I need another page?
One page or another page. If you have different types of, you can, if you're going to say face mist with lavender, then you're going to put, if that's the title you're going to go with, then you can put it, you're going to put only the lavender type. If you're going to say face mist only, you can put multiple types and, people can sort of drag and drop.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Right.
Yes.
So it's up to you what you want to do. Maybe you want to try, have them in separate pages first.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. And then let me try calm corner, right? Calm corner. Okay. So you want to say, for example, you can say Calm Corner by Kahinda, and then you say plant-based. What is another word for self-care instead of self-care? Because self-care can also be, books, can be meditation classes, that sort of thing. Going on vacation can be self-care. So what would you say? Like, is it cosmetics or is it, skincare?
Yes, it's more skincare. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you can say plant-based skincare.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Okay. Because I always wondered about that. Okay.
Yeah, right. Because self-care is so generic, right? And you like, what is exactly that you're selling? Like, focus, narrow it down, right? You just want to go like gift sets. Like, what is this gift set about? Like skincare gift set, for example.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Oh, okay. So I would need to put skincare in that.
Yeah, like what is this product exactly, right? Because people can search for, like, ask yourself, is this something people can search for or not? Like, would people search for, and you don't need to put your brand name here since it's here at the end anyways, right? So you don't need to put it again in the beginning. It's just gonna take a lot of space. So you can just skincare. What would people search to get to that page? Like, no one, they're not gonna search for calm care gift sets. They're gonna say search for skincare gift sets, right? So this is how you should approach, like, I don't know, cleanse white sage smudge. What's
So this white sage smudge is for cleansing. So it's, I think maybe I gave it the name cleanse or something like that. I didn't know what I was doing, honestly.
One way to do that is also you can, I'm just trying to figure out. So one way you can do that is maybe you can actually type, right? Like, I'll go back, for example, to this example, like try the keyword skincare gift set, right? You can actually try and see this is some, best, maybe this is skincare gift sets, but this is a list, so no, but you can just, go and see what other people have in their titles, right? And you can try to, come up with something of your own, but just to get an idea what sort of results appear for this keyword, and then you say, okay, that's the right place where I should be, right? So you sort of need to test it a bit.
Okay, I see. Yeah, I was in the wrong direction with, with what I was doing. Oh my God.
No, it's okay. I totally understand. I mean, like even for myself, when I work on a client website, keyword research for one page can take up to 1.5 hours, not just to come with because what we do is like a lot of, deep stuff, but not just to come with the main keyword. But what I want to say is that I do understand it doesn't come that natural. So can like everyone try to come up with the main keyword for their homepage? Like, just think about what would the user be typing to, find that page. What do you expect or what you're looking for? Anyone has something to share?
And does it matter how long it is?
Try to go for as like 4 words maximum. That would be good.
Okay, so I could use aromatherapy skincare gifts.
Yeah, that would
Okay.
work. Okay. Okay. So once you get the keyword, right? Like this is a website. Can anyone tell what this website is about? What are they selling?
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Because, this is their brand name and that's it. And many websites actually are like that. Like they should obviously write what they are actually selling. So again, they get the keyword and they put it in the title. Or they can first search for it on Google, get an idea of what people are writing in their titles, or people who are selling the same thing or offering the same service. Come up with an idea from that. Like for this one, after doing some research, and recommended would be rattan storage baskets with lids for your home. This is what they're selling, right? So there's a big difference between this and that. Like once you look at that, you understand it, and search Google will definitely understand it as well. So we'll know where and when to offer it or to return it to users, right? So if you use WordPress, Shopify, Squarespace, Wix, GoDaddy, whatever you use, all you need to do after you find your keyword is to find how to update your title and H1 tags. They're pretty straightforward. It's really easy, but if you don't know what these are or how to update them, just Google that, and it's simple. But I can walk you through it because there are different platforms. Everyone is using something different. So easiest way is that once you find and come to conclusion what do you want in your title and H1 tag, you just search for them and how to update them and find those steps. One final thing is that in the H1 tag, you don't need to put your brand name like this, right? It's just the title. H1 is a different type of title. You don't need to have the brand name at the end. Okay, the content. I'm gonna walk you through, like if we go to Amazon. Let's pick a product. Okay. Second. Can you still see my screen? Yep.
Yes, but
Is it my desktop or is it a
It's distorted. It's distorted.
yeah,
It's kind
thank you. That's the right word.
It looks like it froze. The window was closing, and then it showed
okay.
you the.
I want to. Okay, let's go back to that.
Oh,
Okay,
it looks good now.
Okay, I'll
That's
stick
fine.
here. Okay. I want to pull that down. Sorry, it's just up there. Okay, so if you go through this, right, you have your keyword and you can use the tools I showed you, get a bunch of related keywords to that specific product. what you want to do is write as much as you can about your product. Give all the possible information you would want to give. And you see how Amazon, like how much stuff they put. You don't have to put tables and stuff, but you have to, write, like even they have those questions here, as we suggested, to add questions on your product, how to use whatever. And if you can have reviews, that would be awesome, because these are also good. uh, so a good place to start is to look at those big, e-commerce websites and see what they're doing on the body of the content. When I say the body of the content, I mean what's on the page. uh, you use the keywords. Don't overuse them. Like, don't put your keyword there too much, like every 2 sentences, and you're writing again your boxing classes, because Google doesn't like that as well. It's spammy. You can use words that are similar, like boxing classes. Maybe you want to say, I don't know, what's another word for boxing classes? Boxing boot camps, maybe. Boxing training sessions, for example. Yeah, be thorough. I mean, write, give as much information as you can. Like, think as, what if someone literally new to boxing, they don't know anything, right? What sort of, and they want to take those classes, what sort of question, what sort of information they would need, right? You may, like, one way, so it's time consuming. I know it's time consuming, but it is totally worth it if you have someone to show the page after you create it. And what do you think? Does it answer all the questions? Do they feel something else you need to tackle? Is it clear what you're offering? So, the content on the page is really important. So just to be clear, this is the title tag and H1 tag are really super, super, super important. I cannot say how much these are important, how much they are important. And then the body of the content as well, right? So basically try to just be thorough, add the keywords, answer related questions. Yep, that would sum it up, right? Any questions here?
So those related questions are the questions that we can find on that keyword tool.
Yep.
Where
Yep.
it has the questions that people ask Google.
Yep.
Okay, and those are the questions that we put at the bottom of our pages, so
Yeah.
that people type in those questions, it'll register to our page, maybe.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Like, because also this shows to Google that this page, is comprehensive. It has everything user needs. Google may actually return this, only the answer. Sometimes if the user asks for this question, would return this part from your page, and then maybe the user will go to your page to see, the rest and everything you have on there. Okay, now we've talked about basic, like at a high level, what keyword research is, what you need to do for your pages on the website. When we say homepage, services and products, these are, or specifically services and products pages, these are what we call bottom of funnel pages. Like, bottom of funnel is where, at the end of the journey, where people are willing to buy, right? But what about people who are not at that point yet? What about people who are saying, should I buy a moisturizer or a face mist, or a face mist, or is the face mist worth it, for example? Remember when we saw those questions? If you can write, if you decide to go the direction where you write a blog post about that instead of just having it as a small question, you can, that would be, you're targeting people who are in the middle, who know what a face mist is, and know that they know that they want to have a skincare, a routine. So they're in the middle, right? So you can target those, and from there you talk about, is it good, is it worth it, and you discuss this, and then you can refer them to your product from there, right? You can say, at Calm Care, we offer a Calm Corner, Calm Corner, we offer this type of mist because it does that and that and that, for example. You can just put it in the middle of the content, right? You can get traffic, and I did that in the past. It was really, really super effective. If we're talking about boxing classes, think about either you go for questions or you think about boxing versus jiu-jitsu, for example, right? People who are not sure which sport is good for them. So you can answer that and then you can refer them again to your classes, right? For Ashley, I think something would be um, how to find, for example, a social media manager, or how to hire a social media freelancer, or like, how to do that. Like they know what they want. They did not finalize their decision yet, right? So a blog can help you with this sort of things that are not products. People are not searching for the product directly, but they're, talking about it at some stage. Like either what's a face mist? They have no idea what's a face mist is, for example, or do I need what's a skincare routine? Like they're like, at a high level, like they're just at the beginning of the journey, or they are in the middle of it. Like, is a face mist good for me or another product, comparing, for example, or is a face mist worth it? Or, they're about to buy, but it's not the product page yet. They're not looking for the product yet. So you can also target those people and, take them to the journey to refer them to your product, right? For boxing, you can think about um, fun ways to, I don't know, be fit, for example. And then you can say, boxing is a fun way to be fit. Like, you can write about that, right? So you can target different people who are still not looking for the product exactly. They're talking about, other topics. They're looking for information about, where they should go, or uh, still learning, and you can still take them towards that direction as well, to your product or your service page.
This might be a weird question, and I'm sorry for asking, but it's just a thought. But is it? Have you seen like people hire folks to like generate creative content, such as writing blogs?
Yeah, definitely. There's copywriters all the time. They're out there, and that the people who work for that. Yep.
Is there a website or a suggested website that we can use to find those individuals?
Uh, I think Ashley does that, but
Perfect.
Hey, don't unmute my microphone, but hi.
Okay.
That.
Oh yeah, sounds good. I'd definitely like to talk more, but yeah.
I'll send you my website and you can go from there, and we'll let Sarah keep going.
Ashley,
Thanks a
can
lot.
you plug your info into the chat?
Absolutely, guys. Thank you.
I can give you like okay, we're about to have the break, so I'll just wrap this up and you can exchange your contacts, guys, and everything. So basically, this is an approach. It's really important, and again, not a lot of people are investing in it. I've seen Best Buy. I'm not sure if that's in the US as well, but this is in Canada. This is a really, really big brand, and they have an entire team of SEOs, and they have an entire team of people writing content, right? Just to sell their ovens and their fridges, and even stuff you see as very simple, right? But they still create content and they walk you through that. And it's also good to keep your customers, like if, for example, or to offer after sale services, or even like someone who has a face mist already, and then they can ask something like I don't know. Let me think about it. So this is just the top of my head, but if I'm doing research, it's going to be more meaningful. But let's say someone who bought a face mist, or someone who had a boxing class already, they would say, for example, feeling tired after your boxing class, for example, what to do when you're tired after, or what's the best way to recover after a boxing class, for example. And just on top of my head, I'm not a boxing expert or anything, but I mean, even that sort of information may be good for people who bought your services, or who don't know about you and got it somewhere else, but you can still, do some sort of brand awareness. They learn about stuff from you. They'll start trusting you, and maybe they can come to you, right? So as I said, as you see here, it builds credibility. Um, Interesting content is one of the top 3 reasons people follow brands on social media. If you're putting out cool stuff, not cool stuff, like informative stuff, and people learn from you, they'll trust you, follow you, and it's a totally win-win situation. Like they learn, you gain customers, and let's take 5 minutes break.
Sarah, this is amazing. Thank you. This is just what I need for where I am with my business. I'm so
Great.
grateful.
I'm happy to hear that.
Thank you so much. Yep.
I just want to take a like a screenshot if you don't mind, guys. Okay.
So Sarah, 10:45, everyone can come back. So like grab a water, grab a bathroom break if you need it, or feel free to
Take a
for
nap.
folks yeah, feel free to
I'm gonna
network
change
too.
my astronaut suit into something else because I do look from outer space, but yeah.
I love it.
Thank you. Okay,
Thank you.
it's 2:01. Oh, it's 1:01 in your time, so it's okay. 5 minutes. See
Okay.
you. Okay.
See ya.
See you. Is everyone back?
Yep, I'm back. This is Josh.
I'm back. This is Jean Marie. Looks like Ashley's here too.
I think we're missing Kahinda. Give her one more minute. And I want to give you a heads up, guys. I did change my jacket, but I had to let the cats out, so I don't know.
might
To
see
see
them.
them jumping or whatever.
I love it.
Yeah, fighting. I don't know. Let's hope for the best.
I'd say let's go ahead and keep going forward. Since we are recording, we could always have anybody catch up on the recording.
Okay, we're here and next step. So one very common mistake I see people do is their images they have on their website. The images are not compressed. They upload a very heavy image, a very large image. And when I say heavy, I mean like 10 KB, not 10, like 1 MB, 1 megabyte, or like it's a huge image, right? And it's gonna take so much time to load, right? And it's gonna affect the, can you hear me, guys? Yeah, right, I'm assuming you hear me. So it's gonna affect your loading speed. Like if you users, right now everyone uses mobile, right? And if your site is, you have a lot of big images, your site is going to be slow, and then people are just going to bounce off your website. Oh, it's been taking so much time, so they're just going to leave. And also Google doesn't like slow websites a bit, so we need to work on that. So one way is that you go to this website. Can you see that? Can you see that website?
Yep.
Yeah, okay, so you go to a website like that, you upload your images here, they get compressed, the size is going to be reduced, and they're going to keep the quality, and then you use those optimized images. You don't use images that are really heavy, like think of this like if you're even cleaning up your laptop, sometimes you find like really big chunk of spaces taken by images. Imagine putting all those on your website, and then people are using internet to access this. It's gonna affect the how they behave on your website, how Google's gonna rank you as well. So please optimize the sizes. Where's the slice? Yep. Second, put this here as well. Where are we? Yep. And also you optimize them, but you still need to use the right dimensions. Don't use like a huge image and you just want a logo size, for example. Don't use like a very big image and it's just a logo. So it's good if you sort of resize it as well before you upload it. All of this is going to reduce the overall space and the speed that this image is going to take to load. One thing also, before you upload any image on the website, please don't use names for your images like 001 IMG. Don't use that sort of stuff. Give it a meaningful name, like for example, boxing class with Josh, for example, or handmade face mist with lavender. Like, what is this image? Like, what is this image is about? Give it a name. Why is that? Because what would a computer algorithm or a software or Google, in other words, understand from 001 image? What's this image is about? Google can't tell, right? Cannot tell from that name. So give it a meaningful name, and put dash, like, 1 second, like type it, like give it a name like social dash media agency, for example. That would be a name for your image, but don't do it like one word, like that sort of thing, right?
So use a dash to separate each word.
To separate words. Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't use, yeah, that's right. The reason for that is that once you upload the images on your website, imagine that you get the SEO person to optimize your website. Do you want them to tell you, oh, we need to remove all these images, fix them, rename them, and upload them? Like, you don't want that to happen, right? Or sometimes there's plugins that would help, but with the names, it's not going to be helpful, because usually you cannot change the image name once you upload it. So try to be clean from the beginning, like use a clean set. If you have done that already, it's okay. If you can replace some of the images, that would be great. If you can't, at least going forward, you cannot just, push images that heavy on your website. Also, there's something called alt tags, and these are very, very, very important for many reasons. First of all, you know that some people cannot see and they still use the internet, and those alt tags is what tells them what this image is about, right? So this is one reason. But the second reason as well is that Google uses those alt tags to understand what this image is about, and all of this is going to add to the value and improve the performance of your page. How to add, you can use the keywords related to the page and add them in the image alt text, right? 1 second, where did it go? Yep. So how do you do that? Once on any single platform, from my experience, I've seen when you're in the process of uploading an image, there will be a box where they tell you add the image alt text, and this is something you can edit. Like you can change that for your existing images. Okay. Like you can go and whatever you're using, if it's Shopify, WordPress, Wix, whatever you're using, just Google how to edit alt tags on Wix or whatever platform you're using, and this is going to show up for you. So no big deal. It's very, very, very simple. It's just I cannot walk you through it because, as I said, there's different platforms. So this is something you can do even if you have uploaded the image already. You don't need to do it from the start, but it's really, really worth your time. Okay. And need to put this somewhere.
So for instance, the correct size, the dimensions of the photo, so that's something that we have to do before we upload it?
Yeah, so I'll just say that again. Basically, you need to optimize the image before you, like, really, really, really good designers do understand that, but that's not the case all the time. So what I want to say is that you need to go to this website, right? Or any image compression website, but this is one, like, I recommend you upload the image here. It will be compressed and then you can download it. So first of all, it's a light version of the image. Where is the slides? Yep. Sorry for that. Okay, so it's a light image of the light copy version of the image. It's same quality, but it takes less space on in the memory of the website, and therefore it takes less space when it's loading, and will not impact the speed of the website. You know how quick it appears to the user on their phone or even on their desktop. And the second one, I mean the dimensions, like like the length and the width, right? Like the dimensions of the image. Don't use an extra big image if you're just using it for a logo, or like try to understand what is the size you need, and maybe you can go a bit bigger, but not like full image and it's just that small, right? But the most important step is just to make sure you compress it. That's the bare minimum. Give it a right name. use the alt tags. This is something you can do today. Like you can go and just change the alt tags. It's pretty simple.
Okay. So do you recommend using, like for product pic photos, do you recommend using large opposed to like medium and small?
So whatever you like, so what is you're going to use on the page is totally up to you. Like what dimensions you want is up to you. What I'm saying is when you upload the image, sometimes the original size of the image is like 3,000 times, I don't know, like,
Oh, right.
right. And
Okay.
then it's on the website with that size. And every time, think of that every time the user wants to see this page, this huge image is being pulled, right? And then resized and then sent to his phone, right? What about it if you upload it a bit smaller from the beginning, right?
Right. On my
Yep. Okay. This is important as well, since we are talking about local businesses. Move this somewhere. Okay, so get your business listed in local directories. Search for them. There are a lot of free ones. List your business there. So I did a quick search, NYC business directory, and then I have found this website. Go and list your business there. And there's a lot of them. List your businesses in as much as you can. Like do this once per week, or dedicate some time for it. Uh, it's important, not only because people use those directories apparently, but also because they signal to Google and that would, in a way that would impact your rankings as well. Last but not least, and never least, outreach and write blog posts. So you're going to write blog posts for yourself, but if you can find other websites where you can write for them and link back to your website, like share an article with them and that has one link back to your website, that is wonderful. Because as I said, one of the ways Google evaluates your website is how popular it is online, or in other words, how many people are referring back to it. So if you can get other websites to link to you through writing guest posts for them, that would be great as well. I just want to know that the things I've mentioned here are a lot of work, right? And maybe you just feel overwhelmed. You don't need to do all of this at the same time, right? You can do whatever you can right now. Like make it stages, right? Don't feel overwhelmed and just, walk away from all of it, right? Because outreach is a very time consuming process. And I know that, you want to focus on your website first. That's great. But I need to put this out there in case, someone in the future or, has time for that or has capacity for that. So I did give an example. So like this is one website, for example, that for the boxing business that you can ask them to write for them, right? They write this, where is it? Write for us. See, you have this write for us. And then you can sort of, reach out to them and ask them, okay, I have an idea for a guest post about this or that, like come up with an idea, pitch it to them and see if they're okay with that. You can, just communicate and post it. There's one thing also I want to say about that. I feel like I forgot something. Lost it. So yep, that's tip number 7. Any questions here before I move on? I'm assuming that there are no questions. Okay. Yep. Okay, so some of the SEO mistakes I see. First of all, deleting pages. Don't go around deleting pages just randomly, just like that, right? If your product is out of stock, don't delete the page. If it's coming back, then don't delete it. If a product is not coming back, then you need to do something called redirect. If I so I did create a support group on Facebook, and you all guys can have my email. If you're gonna do any of these stuff, you can just email me and I'll tell you what to do. But just don't delete pages randomly and, rename, change the URLs like .com/ whatever you give them. This is how it is today, and then tomorrow you change that. Don't keep changing and deleting pages, because this stuff impacts your rankings. Maybe this page was doing well on Google and then you just remove it, you lose all of this, right? Yeah, and then on a lot of wasted opportunity I see is that the footer of a website, you need to link from the footer to your most important pages. Maybe it's your services, maybe it's a specific 2 or 3 products, whatever is the most important thing in terms of what is the most profitable for you, or what is the, whatever. It depends on your business goals, really. Put a link for that in your footer. So this is an example of a footer of an SEO company, and this is like part of their footer. There's more links there, but I just took a screenshot. So they have, search engine, they have top rated e-commerce, like lead generation SEO. This is one of their services. Or control online reputation. This is one of their services as well. WordPress design, like they listed their top services. Put your social media, of course, and, contact. And I cannot say how important it is to have what we call NAP, name, address, and phone. If you can do that, if you can put the phone, maybe you can put an email. Like, put your, you don't have to put your full location. Maybe you can say California. Like, try to put some information regarding name of the business, address, and phone number, or contact number, or contact, a way to contact you in the footer. And also have terms and conditions and privacy policy pages on your website. And these are important for Google right now. There are a lot of free templates online for these. Just copy and paste them and have them on your website, and link to them from the footer. They're not a priority right now, but this is something you want to look into when, when you're working on your website. Any questions?
Yes, I
Yep.
do. So in terms of products, because I see that this is a service-based business, also products, but it seems like they're listing their best services. In terms of products, do I list like my top selling products in the, how would that work for products?
So yeah, you can list your top, right? Like, you can select top 5 products, or you can list, so list the top 5 products. And if there's more space, you can list other products that you want to push a bit on Google and give more traffic, right?
Okay.
Like, let's say there's a product that you want to sell a lot of, like a specific product that is profitable for you, that you wish to improve, the way this product is performing, then link to it as well from the footer.
Okay, and I can have it. So if I was to list them, do I need titles like this? Like, so search.
Yeah. So if you notice, these are actually the keywords, right? These are actually the keyword. One second. If you notice, these are the keywords of the page. So if you say face mist spray with lavender, that's you use that in the title, and then you need to use as well when you're linking to that page. Is that clear?
Yes, that is very clear.
Right? The way you link to a page is very important for Google, right? And so, as I said, there are some tools I showed you. I tried to get as much free tools as possible, because, as I said, like, the tool, like SEO tools are expensive, and I do not recommend you try to purchase any of them, at least at that stage. So as I showed you, this is a SEMrush. This is a paid tool, has a lot of functionality, but you don't need all of this at that stage. So this is the compression, right? This is the one to compress your images. This is the keyword tool, the 2 keyword tools we talked about. This is one interesting thing you want to look at. So can someone share the URL? Calm. Let me try Calm. Yep. So if you go there, this is something you may want to look into in the future. This is a Google tool to tell you how fast your website is. And it's important because, as I said, Google uses site speed as well to evaluate your website and where to return it in search results. Also faster speed. Faster websites have a tiny bit of priority over websites that don't have don't have a fast loading website. 1 second, sorry. So you get a sort of report, right? What I see, lab data is not so yeah, it does need a bit of optimization, right?
Yeah.
Right, but so this is something means at some point in the future you'll need to get someone to fix that for you. I do not recommend you try to do this yourself, because it can break your, like if you install like just plugins or stuff, it can work, but it can also break your website. So I just don't want you to, but now
Mess
you
up.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And
But now
this is site speed. What is this called?
here's this is the URL. This is Google Site Speed, Page Speed
Okay.
Insights. It's called Google Page Speed Insights. So this is a tool. It's just a free Google tool. This is something in the future, like you fixed all the basics on your website. You're doing like you have some blog posts, and you're start doing outreach, and you have the budget to get someone to do that for you, like depending on the platform you're using. Is it WordPress? Is it Wix? Whatever. Like you can get someone to fix that for you.
Okay.
Okay, I'll go with Ubersuggest first. So this is a free keyword research tool. The only thing is that it gives you a limited number of opportunities to do the research. And there's a very good thing you should do, or you would like to try. Let's say, so Ashley, what would the main keyword for you be? Let's try it for Ashley. It didn't do much for.
Hello. My main thing that I do is probably social media marketing and web development. So between those two.
Marketing services. Let's say Fredericton. Let's see in our city. I'm just gonna show you why now. Yeah. Let's take this one. Let's try here.
An ad, they paid for that.
Yeah, let's take this. So this is a competitor for you, right? You take that, you go to here, type there, and then Canada. If you're in US, of course, you're gonna choose US, right? So here, you're gonna see your competitors' keywords, right? What keywords they're using.
What?
See, like, again, the numbers are just estimates. They may be much more or much less. It's just an estimate. So this is the estimate of the organic traffic, but I would say like sometimes it's multiple of this, and sometimes it's less. So I wouldn't, where are the keywords? 1 second. So these are the top pages, right? And then you have like SEO keywords. So most of them are branded keywords. So we don't care about branded keywords much. Like Fredericton Marketing Agency, for example. That is something you may want to think about. Work hard. This is like, even though it has a lot of volume, there and this is the ranking for it. So almost ranking on the 4th page, but this is not a valuable keyword. Like this is not, no one is going to buy something out of this, right? Like you're just going to need to go through, sort that, or I'm not sure if this.
Sorry, I don't want to cut you off. This is such great info, but it is coming up on 1:30 now. So I just want to make sure you have time to get to.
Yeah, we're done, almost done. Okay, so you
get
get idea, guys. This is Ubersuggest. Play there, try the tool. And one final tool, I'm sorry, Google Trends. This is what tell you what is trending right now, what people are talking about. Like right now, like let's say what's trending in, let's say, New York. I just need 2 minutes, no worries, we're done. So this is in Canada, let's say worldwide. So I mean, what topics are related to New York that are miraculous ladybug? for unknown reason. It's like I don't have time to walk you through all of the entire tool, but please do explore it. It's really worth it. Like if you're looking for a blog post idea or something, you can write your main keyword here and see what comes up. And like if we type skin care and yeah, so this is in Canada. You know where is this keyword popular? What are people talking about related to it? Whatever, right? So you get a lot of insights about that. So actually, just to your point, your main keyword will not be. You said social media marketing. It would be social media marketing services, not just social. You're not talking about social media. The page is about social media marketing services, right? So you need to be very specific. Are you here? Everyone here? I feel like.
I'm
Yep,
here.
Okay, so I'm wrapping this up. This is your checklist. This is what you need to do to start your SEO journey. Install the tool, the Google Analytics and Search Console, set up Google My Business, try to get some reviews. Please don't get overwhelmed. Go through this as on your own, as much as you can on your own, watch on your own time, but just get started and start working on it. List your pages in a spreadsheet like this homepage and try to put what main keyword is there, like for every page, and then start to sort of optimize the titles and the H1 tags as we mentioned in the slides. And just one thing to remember, that each keyword should have only one page. Like if you say face mist spray with lavender, it's only one page, not 2 pages or 3 pages, right? It's just one page. Optimize, as I said, title and H1 tags, optimize the content, optimize the images and alt tags, start blogging, get listed on directories, guest posts, and update the website footer. And if you have any questions, just ping me an email. And yep, thank you.
This was wonderful.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks a
So
lot.
You
much,
rocked
Sarah.
it. Thank you.
You do.
Thank you,
And
everyone.
honestly, I would love to like more opportunities to learn about CEO, because I think, like you said, it is really important, especially for small businesses. And I feel like I got everything else but this SEO.
I was actually just talking to Jim Mary. It's so unfair that big businesses, they get to afford it and get to do it, right? And it's like bigger businesses getting bigger, and then what about the small businesses, right?
Right. Thank you. This is so helpful.
If you can just share my email with them, and if you have any questions, guys, anytime, just email me. I'm here.
Thank you.
Sarah.
Can do. Yeah, I'll share
Everyone.
the
Thank you so
recording
much.
and the
Bye.
slides on Monday. All right.
Yep,
Thanks,
sure.
everyone.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.